Good Morning America. The president versus the players. Hundreds of athletes sending a message to President Trump. Kneeling, linking arms, even refusing to leave the locker room during the national anthem. After this comment.
Get that son of a off the field right now. Out. He's fired. He's fired!
Tom Brady, Odell Beckham, and many more making a statement. Owners taking the field, standing by their teams. An unprecedented show of solidarity. And the former Army Ranger turned football player standing alone. The divide and new fallout this morning.
I hate you!
We hear from the athletes and owners taking a stand as the movement goes beyond the field.
Also breaking overnight, President Trump unveils a new travel ban, adding countries like North Korea to the list, saying the tougher the better. And Republicans race to revive their health care bill. The new just revealed, is it too little too late?
New this morning, mandatory evacuations on the Carolina coast as Hurricane Maria moves north and millions facing record-breaking heat across the Midwest. Temperatures topping 90 degrees, shutting down schools. How the heat could affect Maria's path.
I'm in love with the shape of you.
And Ed Sheeran taking over Times Square for one of our biggest concerts ever for some of his biggest fans, only on GMA.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And good morning, America. We hope you had a good weekend. It was a fiery one for the NFL after those Friday night comments from President Trump, where he called on NFL owners to fire players who take a knee in protest during the national anthem.
And the players, well, they united on the field Sunday. More than 100 knelt, and others stood arm in arm with their teammates. And some teams chose not to take the field during the national anthem. And then there was this dramatic moment. This former Army Ranger, he was the only member of the Pittsburgh Steelers that went out on the field during the national anthem, hand over heart, and he stood there alone.
Yeah, he had served in Afghanistan.
He did. And millions taking to social media, as you can imagine. These hashtags sparked 3.8 million tweets, many of those supporting the protests, others against it. And the president, well, doubling down, drawing a line, tweeting, "Standing with locked arms is good, kneeling is not acceptable."
Well, ABC Gio Benitez, he is outside the Washington Redskins Stadium. And Gio, you were there in the locker room last night. What was the feeling in that locker room?
Hey there, Michael. Good morning. You know, inside that locker room, there was anger and disappointment. You know, we are just miles from the White House. This is essentially the president's backyard. And player after player told me again and again that they are deeply American. On Sunday Night Football, the Washington Redskins starting the game with arms linked, some kneeling during the national anthem. The Oakland Raiders sitting down. We went into the Redskins locker room where it seemed players were talking more about what it means to be an American than their winning game. What message do you have for the president?
Help make things right. It's not acceptable and not tolerated.
From coast to coast, even in London, players sending that message to the president from the football field, linking arms like Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, hundreds kneeling, some raising fists like Giants receiver Odell Beckham Jr. after scoring a touchdown. The players putting on an unprecedented display of solidarity for their league, blasted this weekend by President Trump for allowing them to kneel in protest of racial injustice.
It is kind of a surreal scene because
both the Tennessee Titans and the Seattle Seahawks refusing to leave their locker rooms during the national anthem. The Pittsburgh Steelers also absent from the sideline during the anthem, all except one, former Army Ranger Alejandro Villanueva. The firestorm beginning Friday with Trump speaking at a rally in Alabama.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
And doubling down in a series of tweets Sunday, writing, "Standing with locked arms is good, kneeling is not acceptable. NFL attendance and ratings are way down. Boring games, yes, but many stay away because they love our country."
I got a daughter. She's going to have to live in this world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do whatever I got to do to make sure, you know, she can look at my dad, look at her dad and be like, hey, we did something, we tried to make a change, you feel me?
Trump defending his remarks Sunday.
This has nothing to do with race or anything else. This has to do with respect for our country.
His son, Donald Jr., going after the NFL commissioner, tweeting, "If only Roger Goodell cared as much about domestic abuse and traumatic brain injury as he does about disrespecting America." And overnight, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell told Sports Illustrated that the way that the league reacted to the president's remarks actually made him very proud. And when he was asked if he was bothered by the president's words, he said this: "No, we live in an imperfect society. A public discourse makes us strong." Michael?
All right, thank you, Gio. You see the president didn't back down. Well, you know, the players aren't backing down either. Both are very stubborn.
And neither are the owners. We saw NFL owners there on the sidelines as well, locking arms with their team's players. ESPN's Ryan Smith is here with more. And Ryan, the protests are now going beyond the football
Absolutely,
field.
Robin. Incredible scene. Athletes from other sports, entertainers, scores of others taking a knee or finding other ways to show support for the protesters, and many using their platform to take issue with the president's comments.
By calling on NFL player protesters to be fired, President Trump managing to get the whole league fired up. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell releasing a statement calling the president's comments divisive. The NFL airing an ad emphasizing unity during the league's Sunday night game.
Inside these lines, we can bring out the best in each other.
Many owners taking the field, throwing their support behind their teams. Owners from 8 teams during the anthem, side by side with their players. Patriots owner Robert Kraft, who reportedly donated $1 million to President Trump's inaugural celebrations, writing in a statement, "I am deeply disappointed by the tone of the comments made by the president." President Trump also taking aim at NBA superstar Steph Curry after the 2-time MVP told reporters that he would not join his team, the champion Golden State Warriors, if they decided to visit the White House.
I don't want to go. That's really good.
Trump lashing out that Curry's invitation was withdrawn. This prompting superstar LeBron James to call the president a bum.
He's now using sports as the platform to try to divide us.
But it was the NFL's response to the president that took center stage this weekend. Some of the sport's biggest names weighing in. Overnight, before the game featuring Washington's hometown team, analyst and former NFL player Chris Collinsworth challenging the president.
I would just ask the president to consider apologizing for the SOB line and maybe invite some of these players to the White House.
Hall of Fame quarterback Terry Bradshaw disagrees with the protest, but stands behind the protesters' right to do it.
I'm not sure if our president understands those rights.
Meanwhile, the hashtag #TakeAKnee going viral, tweeted nearly 4 million times. Pharrell kneeling in solidarity at a concert dedicated to the city of Charlottesville overnight.
If I want to get on my knees right now for the people in my city, for the people in my state, that's what that flag is for.
In response to the protests, supporters of the president taking to Twitter to criticize player protesters with the hashtags "Stand for our anthem," "Take a stand," and "Boycott NFL."
Now, the reactions to the protests were varied. Former Buffalo Bills quarterback and Hall of Famer Jim Kelly posted that he hopes Bills players stand and lock arms if they protest. But in the end, we're talking over 100 players taking a knee. This is thought to be the largest group of protesters doing that since Colin Kaepernick started it all.
All right, Ryan. I know, and it's like people are forgetting why Cap started this, which we are going to explain in just a little bit.
Absolutely, Robin. But right now, we're going to talk to Baltimore Ravens tight end Ben Watson, who stood arm in arm with his teammates on Sunday. And Ben joins us from Pikesville, Maryland. And good morning, Mr. Watson. How you doing, my friend?
Good morning, Mr. Stray. I'm doing well.
Well, Ben, we saw you on the field yesterday, standing arm in arm with your teammates. But take us into the locker room before the game. What was that moment like before you walked out on the field?
Oh, really, I'll take you back to Friday. We were in London. We didn't really know about the president's comments. And once that kind of filtered out and guys saw it on social media, there was a tremendous amount of emotion. There was a tremendous amount of hurt. We felt, as many others did, that this was a direct attack on our brotherhood. And obviously the name calling is something that we don't stand for. But even to imply that we don't have the right to express ourselves in that way, whether you agree or not, is something that we really took to heart. And it was an emotional time. Chapel that morning was emotional as guys talked about what they wanted to do, wanting to respect our country and show their love for their country, but also wanting to respond in solidarity. And so it kind of was organic. We got on the field. Some guys kneeled. Some guys had decided to kneel. that didn't before. Other guys locked arms. I locked arms, and I also pointed to the skies because I really believe that the Lord will really have to have his hand on us when it comes to reconciling our differences.
Now, we know in the past you said you didn't agree with Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem, but as you said, you locked arms with your teammates in support of those who did decide to kneel. In the wake of the president's comments, have your feelings changed at all?
Well, initially, last year,
It's first, though, the select cities, brought to you by Walgreens.
Getting your flu shot at Walgreens is easier than ever. Just walk right in and pay $0 with most insurance. Plus, when you get a flu shot at Walgreens, you help provide a life-saving vaccine to a child in need through the UN Foundation. It's that easy to get your flu shot and make a difference. So swing by your local Walgreens today. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
And a very good morning, meteorologist Brian Vandegraff. Outside, a warm and muggy start to the day. Would you believe yesterday, 92 degrees downtown. Today, not far from that. I think we'll peak somewhere near 90 this afternoon. It is going to feel maybe a touch warmer with all that high humidity in the atmosphere. Meanwhile, we're watching